Hey folks, John here. Thank you for tuning in. It's always an honor to have you stop by and check out what we have to say. Welcome to This World, My Take, where headlines meet real talk. Now folks, let's get right into it. I want us to talk about something. In 1868, the 14th Amendment was ratified in the United States of America. And in this text, it clarified the following. It stated that is Amendment XIV. It stated that all persons born and naturalized in the United States and subjects to the jurisdictions thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall breach the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, and prosperity without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the law. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what I just read to you is a piece of document which has been in place for over centuries. And 2025, we walk into a situation where an elected president decided to sign an executive order to strip any person who is born in the United States as from February 20th, 2025. Now, I don't know what you were thinking, but to have a country that has a president or a leader to try to do something like this through the courts just because he put a couple of these judges in the Supreme Court, it is really telling. It is really a sad situation. And I would say this, there have been a whole lot of people that have stood up against this. And it's so funny that this same president, this same country calls itself the leader of the free will. Now, I don't know how that is free. Imagine this, you have your child after February 20th. I know that a whole lot of people have been born in the United States after February 20th. And this child goes, they don't even know. Like by this law, this executive order that this guy signed, these children will be illegal in a country. Like they were not even asked to be born there. It's not the child's fault. And this man wanted to make it illegal for just breathing in a land that you were born in. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to talk about something which just happened. You know, a couple of days ago, the Supreme Court actually asked federal judges all around America to stop preventing the Trump administration from enforcing its law. But guess what? Anybody who is called a judge, they actually know how to go around, and I'm talking about legally, certain things that they deem that is not actually correct and accurate. So with that effect, federal judges have come up with a class action lawsuit to actually protect those who were born in America from February 20th, 2025 and onwards. Now, let me say this. Federal Judge Joseph LaPlante, he just posted an argument he just accepted a lawsuit against the Trump administration, and this lawsuit actually called for the immediate stop on this birthright situation which Donald Trump wanted to cancel for so many American citizens. Now, if you go around the world, we know that you become citizen of a country by jus solis and jus sanguis, like where you were born by land and by the blood of your parents. So this man wanted to deprive a whole lot of people of that right. Now, think about an innocent baby. Like, how vile can a human being be and be like, nope, you were born here, you don't belong here. Of course, we all know that this man was actually targeting, yes, the browns, the Latinos, the blacks, the Africans, those from the Caribbean islands and countries that he does not align with. We all know this man's tactics, but I am glad that Federal Judge Joseph LaPlante came in and in his rulings, and I will say this man actually accepted the plea of this lawsuit, stating, there's a document, this is the document right here, and it's for Barbara and all against Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States of America in his official capacity and his group of gangs. This order granting preliminary injunction and provisional class certification. Ladies and gentlemen, this order grants a preliminary injunction and provisionally certifies a class of petitioner. Pseudonymous petitioners, Barbara, Sarah, by their guidance, that's kids, all kids that were born after February 20th. This actually gives you a chance to fight. This is being humane, ladies and gentlemen. And to think that this man's administration, they kept trying to argue and fight against the executive order which President Donald J. Trump signed February 20th. And this, a part in this document which reads further from Judge Joseph LaPlante. Respondents object to the inclusion of future person because Federal Judge Joseph LaPlante actually in this lawsuit, they stated that any person born from the 20th of February 2025 and future persons, that's like they've not even been conceived yet, they are fighting for the right of those future persons. So respondents object to the inclusion of future person, like the Trump administration wanted to object to that in the class. They argued that the future person, that is, persons who have not yet been conceived, they lack the standing or capacity to sue. Well, the judge says that including future members in the bar to classify, although the class member, blah, 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 so on and so forth. But the judge came back and said that, okay, since as you guys want to stop this, any future unborn, unconceived person that is in the United States of America, in this country, they will join the class suit. Now, I would say this, for somebody who is this old, to try to stop somebody from becoming a citizen of this country, when he was also born on this land. This man's family came from Germany. And we all know that both of his wives, they came from different parts of Europe too. And to think that this guy will want to stop that is really heartbreaking. I will leave it at this. I want you to leave a comment and let me know exactly what is your take on these federal judges who came up with this class lawsuit to sue the Trump administration and blocking this whole mess of executive order that he signed. This world is complicated, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to keep talking about it.